Good morning, guys. What's going on? Um, I thought I'd show you. Um, I thought I'd take a little trip down memory lane. Okay, and I wanted to show you this minivan right there that my grandparents had bought. It was a 1986, and it was the XLT, but this one was not in this color combo. This was the color right there. Of course, the Aerostar they bought came with this color, just this one color of red. That's it. And it was not the extended model. So this was the first year that Ford made the family hauler in 1986, and that van would be the Aerostar, because minivans were starting to become popular back in the 1980s and 90s. So my grandparents on my mother's side of the family, they bought this van used in, I would say, 1992. And this one had a 3-liter. It was either the 3-liter or the 4-liter V6. And this one, I don't know if you can see it or not. This one wore the V6 badge on it as well. And this van, the van that they had a digital dashboard. So it was, I remember sitting in that van when I was a kid looking, and you could see the dashboard layout was all digitalized instead of analog. Because the Aerostars, when they were first made from the 1986 through the 1991 model year, their odometers would only go to 5 digits, and you would not tell how many miles the van has. So I'm going to give you more detail about this van. Alright, let me zoom in a little closer. Okay. Now, this is the 1986 to 91 body style, because the Ford emblem is in the middle of the grille for the 86 to 91. And the earlier models would have a 5-speed manual transmission, but I don't see many of these with a manual. I hardly ever do. You could also get a 4-cylinder engine, which is the 2.3 liter, and you could also get the 3-liter and the 4-liter V6. Now, for the 1992 to 1997 model year Ford Aerostar, you can see the Ford emblem. Let me zoom in a little bit. The Ford emblem right there is on the top of the grille right there where it meets the hood. That's for the 92 to 97. And in late 1987, the Aerostar would have an Eddie Bauer edition for the 1988 model year. And this is, I'll show you right there. This is what my grandparents had. This was the 1986 to 91 interior. And this is what they had, a digital dashboard. It tells you about every single info on this van that you need to know. And from time to time, the digital dashboard would not work on this van. And right over there, it tells you the buttons on there for the information center, such as trip miles per gallon, how much fuel you have, That's exactly how much I remembered when I was a kid. And let's click on this one right there. Now, this is the analog dashboard right there in this van that does not have it has a lack of a tachometer, but this is what the interior, the dashboard layout looks like in this van. And then coming over here is the redesigned Aerostar body style, the interior. This is a 92 to 97 interior of this Ford Aerostar. If you're familiar with these vans, you know what you know what they are. They now have a column. They now have a column shifter instead of an automatic shifter on the floor, like the earlier ones used to have, the 86 and 91s. So my grandparents bought this van sometime in '92 after they had into an accident in their 1985 Ford Fox Body Mustang, the dark green car. I remember that as a child very well. Okay, so there are things to recap about this Ford Aerostar. Okay. The 1986 to 91 models had the Ford emblem in the middle of the grille, and this was the 86 to 91 interior. The 92 to 97s had the Ford emblem on top of the grille and the interior redesigned right there. So there are things to think about. So not long after my grandparents bought the 86 Ford Aerostar, they've had it for probably a good 5-6 months, started developing mechanical problems. And I remembered when I went up to my grandparents' house for dinner one night, the van started acting up, and then it would start acting normal again. But we would get rid of it and buy a full-size station wagon later on, and that was around 1993. So I just want to recap and share with everybody about the Ford Aerostar timeline, because everybody has grew up with these vans and remember them very well. And I don't see many of those at all anymore because they're either rusted out, or they're nowhere in sight anymore. So if anybody's ever watched the video of Bigfoot, Bigfoot monster trucks, because Ford had been sponsored with Bigfoot, you can see the Ford Aerostar shuttle van with those big huge tires on there. And it's right over here too, if you can see this one, the 86 to 91. Bob Chandler was the president and CEO of Bigfoot, and I was watching the video series about Bigfoot, and this beauty came right here, and so did this one right there. So, like I said, Ford had been sponsored with Bigfoot for a while. And another close-up right there, see? But right there, this is the family van that I grew up with when I was a kid, when my grandparents bought it used. Alright guys, I'm going to let y'all go, and hope everybody enjoyed the timeline video of the Ford Aerostar van. Let me know what everybody thinks. And, excuse me. Alright guys, I'll talk to y'all in the next video.